Ever wonder what a country of over 1 billion people gets up to in just 24 hours? Well, today we're going to find out. We're essentially hitting pause on a single day to look at all the different threads, innovation, global strategy, daily life, that weave together the story of a nation that is always, always in motion. Let's dive in.
I mean, it's a massive question, right? But you'd be surprised. By zeroing in on just a handful of key events happening all at once, a really fascinating picture starts to form. And it's a picture built on some truly huge numbers.
So picture this. On this one day, you've got more than 1,000 startups all packed into one place, absolutely buzzing with new ideas and energy.
At the exact same time, a state government is kicking off a massive 1,000 crore rupee plan, all designed to spread that same innovative fire way beyond the usual big city hubs.
And then, on the world stage, you've got people from over 100 countries all coming together, all focused on one of the most fundamental industries there is, food. Look, these aren't just random things happening. They're all pieces of a much bigger story about where India is headed. And it all kicks off with the country's innovation engine.
So let's talk about that innovation engine. And this isn't some single top-down policy we're talking about. Nope, it's way more dynamic than that. It's a strategy with multiple layers, firing on all cylinders from the national level right down to the local grassroots level. And this slide right here shows you exactly what I mean. On one side, you've got the huge startup conclave in Gandhinagar. Think of it as the big national event. Over 1,000 startups, VCs from 20 different states, all meant to create this massive burst of energy. But at the very same time, and this is crucial, the state of Karnataka is launching its LEAP scheme. That's a 1,000 crore 5-year plan with a very specific goal: push innovation outside its famous tech capital Bangalore. It's such a smart 1-2 punch. A big national show to create buzz, paired with a targeted local plan to create real jobs.
And all this energy, this internal drive, well, it's not staying put. It's actually being projected onto the world stage, helping India build some really important partnerships in key areas like food and heavy industry.
Just take a look at World Food India 2025 happening in New Delhi. Yeah, on the surface, it's a huge trade show with over 100 countries participating. But look a little closer at the theme: sustainability, innovation, and inclusivity. You see, this isn't just about showing off products. It's a really strategic play to position India right at the center of solving the world's food problems, basically saying we're a leader in the future of food.
And that same kind of strategic thinking is happening in industry. On the same day, Cochin Shipyard announces a major partnership with the South Korean giant KSOE. Now, this is more than just a business deal. It's about taking India's solid shipbuilding base and plugging in South Korea's world-class cutting-edge tech. The big prize? Boosting India's own self-reliance, both economically and strategically, in the super important maritime war.
Now, with all this crazy fast growth and innovation, you're going to run into some challenges, right? And you can see this tension playing out perfectly in a sector that affects millions of us every single day: digital finance. What we're seeing here is a fascinating balancing act in real time, this constant push for new ideas alongside the absolute need for some protective guardrails.
So first up, you've got the innovator. Jio Payments Bank rolls out a new feature they're calling Savings Pro. It's actually a super clever idea. Any cash you have in your account over a certain limit just gets automatically swept into an overnight mutual fund. So your idle money is actually earning you something instead of just sitting there. It's all about making digital investing super easy and accessible for everybody.
But then, on that exact same day, the regulator steps in. The Reserve Bank of India yanks the license of a company called Data Finance. And why? Because they were caught outsourcing really basic stuff like customer verification and even loan recovery, which is a big no-no under the digital lending rules. It's a powerful signal to the market. We love innovation, but we will not sacrifice consumer safety. Growth and guardrails walking hand in hand. Okay, so we've talked business, we've talked strategy, but a country is so much more than that, isn't it? What about the people, the culture, and what's being built for the future? Well, our 24-hour snapshot shows a country that's actively investing in its next generation and really starting to tune into some critical global issues.
For example, check out the National Young Chef Competition. And don't mistake this for some flashy reality TV show. No way. This is a serious 6-month-long competition put on by the Ministry of Tourism for hospitality students. The whole point is to challenge them to mix traditional Indian flavors with new, innovative techniques. It's a real investment in keeping heritage alive while building up future talent.
And you know, that focus on the next generation, it's not just about skills. On this same day, the spotlight is on World Environmental Health Day, and the theme is Clean Air, Healthy People. It's a really simple but incredibly powerful statement, right? It shows an understanding that nurturing future talent also means making sure they have a healthy planet to live on.
Okay, let's step back for a second. We've seen startups buzzing, global leaders meeting, financial regulators stepping in, and even young chefs competing. So how does all this stuff fit together? What's the big story here? When you put all these pieces together from just one day, a really clear picture starts to emerge. You see a nation that's pushing innovation from the very top and from the ground up. You see a country stepping onto the world stage with confidence, building key partnerships. You see a really practical approach to progress, moving fast, but putting up safety nets. And tying it all together is a deep focus on the future, investing in people's skills, their health, and their environment. And remember, all of this happened in just 24 hours. It's a snapshot of a country that isn't just letting change happen to it. It's actively trying to shape its own future on so many different fronts at the same time. It's a day packed with complexity and momentum. And it leaves us with one final thing to think about. What story will tomorrow tell?